On Saturday after the game, I was angry. In particular with David Moyes, his formation, his tactics, everything on Saturday. I was angry with him. And then I went to bed and calmed down, woke up, and I was fine. And then someone said to me yesterday, have you got over that anger with Moyes yet? And it triggered me, it made me think about it, and got me angry again. But for this video, I'm going to park it. Emotion out of body, put to one side. And I'm going to talk about this in a calm manner because I'm concerned. Now, this isn't a new concern, because for those long-term viewers of the channel, or say even short-term, you'll know I'm not Moyes' biggest fan. But I was pretty happy with what I saw to an extent with the 4 games going into before the lockdown. However, I just keep repeating that we've lost 3 of those 4. We've got 3 points despite playing well for 4. Now, those were at the Etihad and Anfield. That's fine. Let's disregard them. But one of them was against Arsenal. And since lockdown, Arsenal have just gone and got beat by Brighton. Brighton played well against them, got 3 points. We played well against them, got none. They were the team that we were hoping would get dragged into this, Brighton. They've now gone and put a little bit of daylight. Now, they can still get sucked in. They have still got a run of fixtures that are quite hard on paper. But they've got a big 3 points from somewhere. And we need a big 3 points from somewhere. And I'm just not convinced we're going to get them. I think it was a week ago, this was a 5-horse race for 17th and 16th, essentially. Because I think Norwich are going. I think there's 5 teams in 2 spaces. I think that's Villa, Bournemouth, West Ham, and I think they're still in it. And I think there's Watford and Brighton. Brighton have got the 3 points. Watford look okay, and their fixtures look okay. I think they'll be all right. So I think it's between the 3 of us, and there's 2 spaces. And I'm worried. And I'm worried because of our manager. Now, the players have to take a lot of responsibility. They are not excluded from the blame game here. Did I see enough passion, determination, hard work from them on Saturday against Wolves? No, I didn't. But I also saw some of them shackled by what we tried to do. I saw some of them not quite suicidal formation, if you like, but Solskjaer, it's near on impossible for Solskjaer and Martin Noble to play well on Saturday because they were up against 3 people. It was very, very difficult. It's difficult for Jared Bowen to play well on Saturday. But I'll get on to that in a second. But I'm just a bit concerned because in lockdown, when we did a cup of tea, we kept getting the same questions frequently, which was, how do you feel about Moyes? And how do you feel about relegation? Now, for Moyes, I kept repeating it, and I'm going to repeat again, and that is that I'm not his biggest fan. But I was happy with what I saw. But now, it's almost like a clean slate, and he's got off on the wrong foot again. As for the relegation, I was 50-50 coming out of lockdown. I was 50-50. I'm only going to go in one direction after what I saw on Saturday. After what I saw from not only us, but Watford, Brighton, possibly a little bit of Villa. I recorded this on Sunday night, so I watched Villa earlier today. And while they lost, and to be fair, Chelsea battered them, they had a little bit of something about them that we didn't really demonstrate on Saturday. That's a concern. That's a worry. But even then, even if Villa do get out of it, I think there's another team in there. Luckily, Bournemouth's fixtures are seriously bad. King looks like he's injured. Callum Wilson gets booked in the next 2 games. He misses 2 games through suspension. So it's they look in trouble. But I'll tell you something, our manager is my concern here. The tactics on Saturday were just not good enough. It was really, I cannot make sense of it. I've listened to his thing after the game as well. And I'm almost looking for justification for what he done. And I can't see it. I don't understand it. David Moyes said he expected Traoré to start, right? So was our formation set up to face Wolves playing 3-4-3? Because that's what they played with Traoré in the pitch. They play 3-4-3. So were we set up to play that formation? If the answer is yes, okay, that's fine. I'll accept that. But when the team sheet come in, Dendoncker started instead of Traoré, and it's quite obvious to everybody that they're now playing 3-5-2. It's not 3-4-3, it's 3-5-2. They've got the extra man in the middle. We must have kept the same formation on our end, but why? Everybody before the game looked at that and knew Noble and Solskjaer were going to be outnumbered, and they were. Neves and Martino took the piss in for large parts of that game. You look at the stats, their passes, between them, they've done twice as many as Solskjaer done, because Solskjaer couldn't get on the ball. There's no room for him. And then when Traoré comes on the pitch, and now Wolves are switching to 3-4-3, Our formation, which has been struggling with 3-5-2, he just leaves it. He just leaves it. And I don't get it. I just cannot get my head around this at all, that he kept the same formation for 2 different formations of Wolves. Wolves are a better team than us, unfortunately. I wish we were the better team. I wish Wolves had to adapt to play us. But Wolves don't adapt to play anyone in terms of the way they play on the pitch. They might change things differently. Someone might not go far enough forward, or someone might drop back a little bit deeper than usual. But in terms of, like, if you were just writing names on a bit of paper, their formation remains the same regardless of who they play. That is why they are good. We can't do that because we are not good enough. We almost have to set up to combat the other team's strengths and then work out what we do when we get the ball in order to expose their weakness. We did neither of those things. We didn't stop them where they're strong, and we didn't go at them where they are weak. We did none of it. Jared Bowen in particular is concerning me here, and I mentioned in the preview last night with Gonzo, because it is a genuine worry. We bought him playing on the right of a front three from Hull. We bought him as one of the most informed players in the country, one of the most confident players in the country. We've seen it. Since he's been at West Ham, we've seen him making the runs. We've seen him taking players on. That goal against Southampton, he had one disallowed against Liverpool, didn't he? He dinks the goalie. He runs through and dinks the keeper. That takes confidence, not just ability, but confidence as well. On Saturday, we played him on the right of a 4. That's not his position. That is not his role. Why are we doing this to him? Anderson's got no confidence. Fornals is up and down. Antonio doesn't have confidence. He's arrogant. It's a completely different thing. Allaire, when he's fit, isn't going to have any confidence. Lanzini's got none. Bowen is our one player that can actually do something. He's the one player I trust to get on the ball in the final third, and he might make something happen. If you said to me, someone's through and goal for West Ham, who do you want it to be? I would say Jared Bowen, please. But the longer we play this guy out of position, his confidence is going to drop. We're going to West Ham him, essentially. And then come the end of the season, where our big games are, the winnable fixtures are, Watford, Villa, his confidence will be gone. We need to play him on the right of a front three. Why would we not have your most informed players, a first name on the team sheet, and work around him? I do not know. Now, I know you're always saying, well, hang on, you're saying we should set up to combat the other team's strength. I do. But we also, going forward, need to make sure Jared Bowen is our main focus point going forward. He's stuck out there on the right, and we're asking him to do a job he can't do. Or it's not that he can't do it, he shouldn't be doing it. We're trying to do the same with Fornals on the left. We're putting him in a position where you need to be fast, and he's just not. He's not quick. He works hard. He's good on the ball. He's a technically really good footballer. He will try and tackle. He's not necessarily a hard tackler, but he'll try and tackle. And we're playing him on the left, where you need a bit of pace, you need speed. He can't do it. Up front, we had Antonio, who's, while I'm not dead against him being a striker, pardon me, he's not an out-and-out striker. Then we had Felipe Anderson. I'm not sure what he was doing, to be honest with you. I'm not sure he knew what he was doing either. I just thought our tactics on Saturday were, I don't want to say suicidal, but Nuno didn't even... It was almost like Nuno set a trap and Moyes walked right into it. And I do think that, because on the hour mark, if you'd said to both managers before the game, Davy Moyes, on the hour mark it'd be 0-0, do you want that? He would say yes please. But I'll tell you why he'll say yes please, because he'll say yes please, I've only got half an hour to go till it finishes 0-0. I'll have that. Nuno would have said yes please, because on the hour mark I am going to bring on my 2 players I've got sat there. This is my plan. My plan is to be 0-0. And then when the defence is a little bit tired, I'll bring on Neto and Traoré. And it worked. It was the most... I don't know. If you had to write down a version of events which could occur once you saw the lineups, you wouldn't have been far off writing that down, to be honest with you. We could all see it coming. And even when then, after the game, Moyes says, oh, we know Traoré, we expected Traoré, and he was coming on. But when he come on, we didn't do anything. The change we made was Lanzini for Anderson. That's not going to do anything to stop Traoré, is it? I am hugely, hugely concerned. Nuno made game-winning changes. Chelsea today, now I know this is a different level of ability of player, but Chelsea today, Lampard put Pulisic on, went and won the game. This isn't even talking about the fact that if Moyes wins his next 3 games, he's got 3 games till he's played the same amount of games as Avram Grant, right? If he wins all 3, he will equal Avram Grant's record. If he doesn't win all 3, he officially will have a worse record than Avram Grant had. That's a big, big concern. And what's more worrying is I don't think Moyes... Gonzo kept saying Moyes will be happy with Saturday, and I think he will. I think he is. And that's a bigger concern for me because we've got 8 games. That's it. 8 games. We cannot wait 3 or 4 games before Moyes realises something's up and he's going to change it. It's too late then. We've got 2 big ones now with Spurs and Chelsea where you would expect us to get 0 points, in all honesty. We may then be 3 or 4 points behind someone, but we'll have easier fixtures. Newcastle, Norwich, Burnley, Watford, Villa, Man U in there, but we'll forget that one. But the other ones are all winnable on paper. However, by the time we get round to that Newcastle game, we could be in the bottom 3. We could be 3 points behind. Jared Bowen's confidence could be a lot less than it is now. Our manager's causing me big concern. I think we've got the players to get out of this. I do. I don't think they're all pulling their weight. I don't think they're all good. But I do think a better manager would do better than what David Moyes is. That's a big worry for me. Anyway, if you haven't already checked out the preview of the Spurs game, it's on your screen in a little bit. I did that last night with Gonzo. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like on it. I appreciate it. And subscribing you around here. And I'll be back tomorrow night, 7:15 tomorrow, Tuesday, with Gonzo, where we'll be looking at the lineups. And, well, I told you in the preview what I hope to see. I don't think I'll see that, but I just want to see something different from our manager. I want some inspiration, a little bit of hope, a pleasant surprise. But I'm not very hopeful. I'm worried.